Hello there, my name's John Hunt from At The Races. You know, back in the spring of this year, we brought the At The Races cameras down here to Jeremy Gask's stable. We had a great time filming and we've come back to check on the progress made. Well, stable stalwarts like Anne of Kiev and Sutton Veny continue to thrive, but there's lots been going on besides that. Jeremy, could you tell us a little bit about your background and what brought you to the UK in the first place?
I suppose the horsing background came from a long family history of horses, farming family. Didn't really work with horses, played football and a lot of sport. Played for South Australia as a cricketer and footballer. In my junior days before injury set me down a new course in life, and that's when training actually became my number one objective. Decided I needed as much experience on a worldwide level and came to England as a young lad, lived in Newmarket for a few years. Thoroughly enjoyed my time there and went back to Australia from England. Trained for I think about 8 years there. Then I came across a horses first racing opportunity. I thought I might just get in contact with this Eamon Wilmot and see what comes of it.
By the time that Jeremy got in contact with us, he'd had over 250 winners. So he already was top of his tree over there. This was a chance for him to move into a new realm for him. And so when we were looking for a new trainer, after the investment went in here, we had probably over 50 responses from top class people all around the world. And although it pains me to say it to him, Jeremy was absolutely clear. I mean, far clear of the field in terms of quality, background and experience.
How did you get the quiet ride? Driving down.
Huh?
Driving down. Yeah. Being a mistake, was it?
Well, Steve Drown, leading jockey, those horses, when you've got one working really well underneath you up that climb, must be a nice feeling.
Yeah, I mean, obviously English, European style training up the hills, it just suits it. I think it's important you put a good base on horses early on. Going up that hill, you can get them 3 parts fit without actually doing any too speedy a work. It puts a bit of strength in them. So no, it's great. And like I say, if one gets to the top there, you're on a nice one.
Well, Jeremy, all sorts of up-to-date training methods you've got. The stopwatch and the laptop out in force this morning.
I think most of the time what you see on the watch or what you can feed into a computer is stuff that you perhaps already know anyway. You weigh horses these days and we do all sorts of things to keep track on us from a scientific level, but I would always think you have to trust your eye and trust what they look like first and foremost. And then if that can help and aid something that perhaps you've missed or something to add to that, so be it, and all the better for it.
He's got stronger behind this horse this year. He's feeling great. He gets up that hill. We never used to do much on that hill with him. Yeah.
After we work them, we like to get them out for a couple of hours. They're getting some nice fresh grass, and they also get the benefit of a bit of time outside the stable and socialise a bit. We turn some out together and some on their own, and then when they've worked, they can go in there and stretch and move around. Lovely on a warm day where they can have a bit of a run around and have a good roll and a kick.
Jeremy, looking at your results for the previous year, what strikes me is not just that you have your older horses in really good consistent form, the 5, 6 and 7-year-olds, but they seem to me to be improving as well.
I think horses, as they get older, you need to keep them happy and inspired, and I think that's the most important fact. You can use the paddock, we can use the forest across the road, we can take them elsewhere, we go up across the hills. Being able to identify when a maturing horse, it does need a bit of a spark or something to see something different and experience something new, and I enjoy that challenge.
When he was actually going to join us, I got in contact with some of the owners he'd worked with in Australia. One of the things that it really struck in my mind is one of the owners said to me, he says, the thing with Jeremy, he'll always put the horse first.
When an owner comes into racing, you've got to work out what they are trying to achieve from their horse, and certainly there are some people that are out to get a quicker result than others. But a lot of my clients have wanted to have enjoyed racing over a number of years, and the beauty of it is they have.
Coming inside the final furlong, Yes We Can and Steve Drown, the leader, and Yes We Can has made a winning debut.
Medician Man is clearly too good. Medician Man beats Wildcat Wizard.
It's Anne of Kiev, who was arguably unlucky in running last time out, has found her way through here and will come home to the joy of punters. Anne of Kiev runs out a ready winner in the end.
There are about 50 horses in training here at the farm already. What would you say your target is?
I think 70 would be a nice number. I still feel I can give my full attention to 70 horses. The facilities here could cater easily for 70, if not more, but I think 70 is a nice number to work with. Numbers of staff and using the gallops and so forth, I think it all gels well at about that number.
Well, Peter, nice to see you. A new arrival here. Tell us a bit about her.
Well, the filly is, she's a Sainsbury filly. She won for us last season, and she's a nice improving sort of filly, so we're hoping for big things this season, and if Jeremy can improve her a couple of stone in the handicap, we'll be quite happy.
Well, Jeremy's been pretty lucky for you.
Absolutely. Last year was the first season for us to have horses with Jeremy, and that turned out to be very successful, as we had a nice colt, Dark Secret, that won on his debut at Newbury. That was a great thrill for us all, and hence the reason now we're putting a few more horses with Jeremy for this season. I think we'll have 4 with him this year.
What is it about the way Jeremy does things in his team here that you like?
We came down and had a good look at the facilities here last year, and we're extremely impressed. Liked the commitment of the team here, and felt that there were exciting times ahead. So here we are.
You two seem to work really closely together. What is it that makes you gel together so well?
I think we've got clear demarcation. That's very, very important here. I don't make any decisions at all about the horses. Jeremy's job is to get the horses to win and talk to the owners, keep the owners happy.
It's terrific to have someone behind you that doesn't want to get involved with the horse side of it. We work well together. When we do get involved and go to the races together, we can throw things about. That helps me to have someone to bounce things off.
Well, a lot of people know that Tony Bloom, the chairman of Brighton Football Club, is amongst your owners here, but it's interesting that from last year, some of your top 8, 9, 10 horses were owned by a wide range of different people.
And that was always the plan. I mean, when this place was set up and the investment went in there, it was to be absolutely, as a public trainer, able to train horses for anybody that wanted to send them to us.
Well, Glenda and George, you're part of the Sutton Veny Syndicate. You, Glenda, must have had so much fun over the years.
Yes, we have. We've been in it now for probably almost 2 years. She has been such a success. When you go into racehorse ownership, if you get them on the track, you think you're lucky. To actually have a win is wonderful, but she's won 5 times, 3 seconds and a third. It is just such a fun syndicate to be in. We've had barbecues, we've had meals at the pub here, we've had open days, we've had Christmas parties. We're in several syndicates and we've had horses over the years, but I must say this has been the most fun we've ever had.
Getting to where we have with Sutton Veny is really something exceptional. And the social side of this particular stable is something to be seen to be believed. I haven't experienced anything quite like that before.
One of the reasons that I send my horses to Horses First Racing is that you can actually talk to the people there. They know your horse, they know your name, and they know what you're up to. They know what you want. You don't always get that with every other trainer.
Communication is important in any business and possibly even more so in racing. We think it's absolutely crucial that owners can get an update on their horse whenever they want. Jeremy's obviously the first line of contact there, but we do have supporting him a dedicated client services team. The team produces an exclusive weekly newsletter for owners giving an update on all of the yard's upcoming runners. There's also updates every single day on the website, and we also email or phone every time there's an entry or a declaration for an owner. And Jeremy just recently has become very active on Twitter. If you'd like any more information about the yard, or if you'd like to arrange for a visit to come and meet Jeremy and the team, please don't hesitate to get in touch.